officer. I want to let you know I have a gun.
Okay, can you show me both of your hands then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Well, I
Thank
just
you.
want to let you know.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it. Okay. Can you
It
stop
is-
reaching
it
for
is-
it, bud? Whoa,
oh,
dude!
Sorry.
Dude, drop the gun!
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Police will tell you there's no such thing
Hey, bud, how's it going?
as a routine traffic stop. We've seen it. Something as simple as a speeding ticket can turn deadly for the driver or the officer, making anxiety high on both ends.
Get out!
This October traffic stop shows a South Georgia deputy pulling over Leonard Cure.
Who are you? Staff Sergeant of the Sheriff's Office. My name is Al Wade. I don't care. Step to the rear of this vehicle.
An unarmed man who had just been released from prison.
What? Am I going Hands behind your back. Yes, you're going to jail.
He was exonerated after being wrongly held for 16 years. The deputy and Cure end up fighting, and the deputy then shoots and kills the man. State police are still investigating that case, but it raises a big question. Is there a better and safer way for law enforcement to handle traffic stops? Is there potentially something out there that could save lives in the future?
One day I was in the lab and talking to my students, and they were a little frustrated with interactions between law enforcement and drivers. I said, well, let's do something about that.
Meet Dr. Juan Gilbert, an engineering professor at the University of Florida. He has a long list of awards and accomplishments all the way up to the White House.
Then I print my selection.
Gilbert has already created what he calls the most secure way to vote, and in his spare time, he rolled out the app called Virtual Traffic Stop. What's the benefit for drivers?
Well, the idea for a driver perspective is that I can de-escalate tensions between law enforcement and myself, bring down the nervousness that a driver may have. The idea is that by having the virtual traffic stop, we can have an icebreaker.
It's also built for people who are hearing impaired or deaf. Gilbert convinced university police to beta test it with a pilot program on campus. And we put it to the test. So we are going to simulate this on campus. We have not discussed what's going to happen in this traffic stop. We just know that we're going to use the app, an app that I have downloaded but have never personally used before. Even though this is just a scenario, my heart jumped just a little bit, right? Once I'm pulled over, I open up the app and the officer gets a notification. We then start a video call. It's much like a FaceTime or a Zoom. There's also an option to bring in a third party, like a parent or a spouse.
Hey, good afternoon. This is Officer Smith, University of Florida Police Department. The reason I stopped you is you ran a stop sign down the hill. In a moment, I'll be coming up to your vehicle. Do you have your license, vehicle registration, and proof of insurance ready for me?
This is just an icebreaker because he does come up to my window so that we can have that face-to-face conversation we're all so used to.
Hey, doing well, Officer.
The process was fairly simple and smooth.
Well, you hang tight. I'll be right back for you.
Obviously, UFPD connected with the University of Florida. Do you see this taking off outside of the campus?
You know, I would assume so. I think, again, this is an opportunity for us to work with our faculty as a pilot project and see where it takes us.
It's new on campus, and students we spoke to seem to like the idea. Would you use something like that?
Yeah, I would. I think it reduces any unnecessary anxieties that might arise just from the tension of having been pulled over.
I would feel like a lot safer, a lot more comfortable.
Okay.
If I already knew what he looked like, or she.
I've never gotten pulled over, but I feel like that would help.
Across the U.S., police pull over more than 50,000 drivers a day. Stanford researchers say the traffic stop is the most common police interaction, and it can also be the most dangerous for both officers and civilians. Over the past 6 years, more than 800 people have been killed after being pulled over in the U.S. That's according to the Mapping Police Violence database. Meanwhile, officers are at increased risk of getting shot, hit by a passing vehicle, or dragged by the car.
And it says start traffic stop.
We showed the app to Clay County Sheriff Michelle Cook, and she isn't sold on the idea just yet.
You know, you walk up to a window and you smell things, you see things, utterances are made. You know, I've walked up to a window on a traffic stop and somebody confessed to committing a felony crime just prior that I had no idea that they had committed. And so you may lose some of that if you're doing an initial contact via an app.
Get out!
Now we ask this: would it have made a difference in the deadly traffic stop in Camden County?
I think it's innovative.
Well-known civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who represents Leonard Cure's family, tells us it's possible.
Maybe this app could have saved his life. The fact that it's a speeding ticket, well, here's your fine. You don't have to get out of the car. You don't have to be subjected to the bias or the excessive force, and you can survive the stop. You can get home safely, the officer could get home safely, and justice can be administered. That is some technology worth investing in.
Be sure to subscribe to Solutionaries to see all our latest videos right here on YouTube.